What's up, guys? I'm Michael.
And I'm Josh.
And today we're reviewing a game that Josh hasn't played and that I didn't like.
For the record, I have played a tiny bit because this game was free. But
It's also 10 years old, so it's not very relevant.
yeah, but I don't like this kind of genre, so that's why I'm not going to be the one talking. I'm going to be the one asking questions.
So we're reviewing Forza Horizon 2.
Yeah, which, for all the people out there that don't know what Forza is, can you please tell me a little bit about what this game entails?
For our viewer out there, we got a realistic. We have kind of a racing game. It's very different from Need for Speed. It's probably like on the opposite end of the spectrum from Need for Speed. You got the baseline game. Your vehicles can get damaged, and that can affect your racing, as well as you have a rewind button. So like if you take a turn really bad, you can rewind. On like harder difficulties, you get no rewind. You also have like green arrows that are like tell you when to brake and where to go. And you get points for like drifting, which helps you upgrade other abilities that aren't very useful, but whatever. It's not like, I don't know. It's like skill points, which helps you upgrade not really your car or anything like that. It just like gives you more points to buy more cars, I guess. I don't know. I never really got into it. I mean, I spent like 40 minutes in the game, but I was like, I don't really know what the point of these points are. And you also get to spin a wheel every time you level up, and it either gives you like money or cars. And yeah, so that's pretty much the game. You also have like 4 or 5 special events where you get to like race random things. So like in one you raced a hot air balloon, one you raced a jet, one you raced a train, one you raced. That's pretty much it.
Well, I was just going to ask, are the events like modes, or is there other modes?
It's like one race. So like you go to a town and you have 4 different races that are pretty much identical in the sense that they're just a race. Some of them you are shorter and some of them are longer. But it's not like Need for Speed where you have like drift modes, like one-on-one. You can do that in the game, but that's not like the point. And then you have like a road trip after 4 races. Your points add up, and if you win, you get to go on a road trip to go to like the next city. And then sometimes there's like the special events that I was talking about.
So is any of these races, can you play like offline co-op, or is it just strictly against the AI?
So in Forza, it's a combination because it's like AI, but it's like former users. So people who have played the game, you'll race against them.
So it's like their shadow.
They're ghosts basically. Yeah.
Okay. So
you can run into them and stuff.
Is there? You said you first used the word realistic. Is it where it has dynamic crashing and stuff? And then
so you can lose with crashing. You can lose like your engine or like wheels, stuff like that. It can slow you down. You also have like drifting and drafting are like big elements in the game, and you have like on certain terrains you can't like turn at all, like in gravel. In certain sections, you like have to either go straight or slow down, like way down, because it won't let you turn. And then you actually have, it's simultaneously realistic and not realistic because you have some obstacles you could run over no problem. And then like there'll be like a really thin telephone pole that you'll be hit at 200 miles per hour, and it'll like your car will completely stop. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize that was going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
So that's one element that's kind of confusing because you can like run over some trees, but not all trees. You can run over some bushes. You can like run into like garbage cans and it won't slow you down, but other like obstacles will slow you down.
They lead you into a false sense of security. With
like I ran into like this much of a group of motorcycles. There's like 10 of them in my car, like completely. Yeah, so I played the game where the damage was only cosmetic and it didn't affect, and that probably helped my enjoyment quite a bit because I ran into a lot of things.
So is there a lot of customization and like upgrading, or is it just mainly like you pick a car and that's it?
So every race, every series of like, I guess it's called a championship where they have the 4 races, you get another different kind of car that you have to like race in. So you get quite a bit of variety in cars. You can customize colors, everything. And then you can actually upgrade all the cars to be like super fast. So you can have like a smart car that be like super, super fast, but you got to pay money to upgrade it. And
before the days of microtransactions.
Yes. Actually, you could use microtransactions to upgrade cars.
Are they still active though?
Yeah, like you can spend money to buy like car tokens where you can like buy cars. I don't know. I never did that. I never needed to.
So do you think that since you played it like free to play, do you think the system was still worked doing that way?
Yeah, you just couldn't drive like the really awesome cars.
Do you think you could have obtained those eventually?
I played like 40 hours and I probably had like 1 million, 2 million credits. I mean, I did get kind of unlucky on some of the spins, but some of those cars are like 4 or 5 million, so that would have been like so much time. I'm sure maybe there's ways to earn credits more efficiently, but I don't think it's very realistic.
So is there any kind of story, or is it just mainly just race?
Kind of?
Because I know like some of those games where they're like you play as like a certain like rider or race, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. What
it's like the story of like you're the rookie. This guy's like your mentor.
And then you just go
and then
race
40 hours later after you beat everyone, he's like, "Oh, good job, you won the championship. Now I'm going to join and be in part of the races if you want to keep playing." I was like, well, that wasn't worth it.
So is it like that?
Yeah, it's like that, but it's a very very little story.
Okay, so like, how does it hold up after 10 years?
The graphics are okay. I kind of like. I think I don't know if they like remasters it or whatever, but I like the environments. They're kind of cool. You have like beaches. You have forests. On the road trips, you can kind of take whatever way. So like a road for example, the road trip would be like 10 miles. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna ride to the forest, and it'll take me like 1 mile or like a tenth of the time to get there. I really like that. Some elements are blocked off. I think my favorite part, which is kind of funny, is creating my car in the game and racing with that and like super upgrading it. That was probably my favorite part.
So I guess one final thing for your final thoughts. Like, do you think this is a game that you would recommend to new players, or do you think it's something that is compared to newer racing games? Like, do you think it's better or just as good? Or
well, it's not really for me because I've always been a Need for Speed kind of guy. The element with the cop, because there's no cops in this, it's like legal racing, I guess. I really like that element in the racing. As far as for new people who are getting into the genre, you can kind of adjust the settings, but I feel like I played on medium, and like I had someone in my family playing easy because they're like super young, and they always won, and I always won on medium. And I'm sure if I turned it up on hard, it would have been more difficult, but it was like, I'm just trying to get through this to see if there's a story at the end, and it wasn't, so...
All right, so I guess the final thing would be, what would you rate this game?
So I kind of go back and forth between I can't believe it's not better and I like it. I'm probably going to give it I can't believe it's not better just because I spent so much time, and at the end of the day I was like, well, this wasn't very rewarding. The story wasn't really rewarding. And if you really liked a car, you could only race it for like 4 races. You couldn't even go back and replay the races later. Or I don't. Maybe
like
you
players,
could,
like other players.
No, I mean you could like have a car and have like a 1-on-1 random race with people, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get to that part. Maybe you can do it, but either way, it wasn't easy to figure out how to do. So because of that, I'm probably gonna give it I can't believe it's not better. So
all right. Well, I guess that'll conclude this. If you guys, I had this thing and there was no notes on it. I completely winged that. But anyway, so if you guys want to check that out, I think was that a free game?
It was free, I think, 2 months ago on Xbox. I don't know what it is normally, probably $10, $15, but you never know.
So I would say beware. Don't really set your expectations too high. But I guess that's all for this episode. So stay tuned for more gaming reviews. We're going to have those coming up. I've just recently beat a game that I think everybody will enjoy, so I'm going to try to have a review out for that soon. But if you want to check out some of our other stuff, be sure to look at our YouTube library. We got a bunch of stuff covering all forms of entertainment, from books, movies, to TV and games. We also got our podcast on SoundCloud if you want to listen to that, or you can follow us on social media. Links to all those will be in the description. So anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. Later, Addicts.
Later.